When I woke up, the garden was all white. It had snowed during the night.
I suddenly realised that I'd left my mobile in the taxi.
We got home just in time. The match hadn't started.
When she got to class, she realised that she hadn't brought her book.
I went to Paris last weekend. I really loved it.
Had you been there before?
No, I hadn't.
1.
I didn't know that she'd lost her job.
2.
I remembered that I'd seen the film before.
3.
He failed his exam because he hadn't studied.
4.
I'd left my phone at home, so I couldn't call you.
5.
When he arrived, we hadn't finished our dinner.
6.
When we came out of the cinema, it had stopped raining.
And finally on News Today, here's a funny story to cheer you up on a Monday morning. On Saturday night, Katie Parfitt, a nurse from Manchester, came home from work. As soon as she opened the door, she realised that her cat, Joey, was behaving rather strangely. Instead of being pleased to see her, he started attacking her. And then, when she sat down to have something to eat, Joey jumped onto the table and sat on her plate. Then he jumped down onto the floor and immediately went to sleep. He slept all night, snoring very loudly. Katie couldn't understand what the matter was with Joey. He had never behaved like this before. However, when she met her neighbour the next morning, the mystery was solved.
Australia. In Sydney, early in the morning, some swimmers were having a swim in an outdoor swimming pool, which was very close to the sea. The swimmers were very surprised when suddenly the pool assistant started shouting, "Get out of the water, quickly!" The swimmers immediately got out. Then they realised that there was a shark at the other end. A large wave had carried the shark into the pool during the night. Fortunately, none of the swimmers were hurt and the shark was caught in a net and put back into the sea. England. Security guards at Stansted Airport were amazed when they saw a dog getting off a train and walking on its own towards the airport terminal. They caught the dog and took it to the police. Thanks to a microchip in its neck, they discovered that its name was Diesel and that it belonged to a woman called Sarah Chapman, who lived in London, 50 kilometres away. Sarah had gone on holiday for a few days and had left Diesel with some friends. The dog had run away and had gone to the local railway station. It had then got on a train and had travelled 50 kilometres to Stansted Airport, changing trains on the way. Sarah said, "I'm sure Diesel went to the airport to look for me." Italy. An Italian man who was in prison for stealing was freed early from prison on the condition that he promised to live with his parents at their house. But after a week, he arrived at his local police station and said, "Please arrest me again." He had decided that he couldn't live with his mother and father for another day. Guido Beneventi, 30, told the police, "My parents spent all their time telling me to do housework. It was like being a child again." Sweden. Airport workers in the luggage area at Arlanda Airport in Sweden were surprised to see an old lady sitting on the luggage belt next to her suitcase. The woman had got confused at the check-in desk. She had put her luggage on the belt and then had sat down on the belt herself. A spokesman at Stockholm's Arlanda Airport said, Unfortunately, she did not understand when she was given check-in instructions. She got on the belt together with her bag. Luckily, it wasn't a long ride, only a few meters.